Now that you have completed training on using the paper survey and the online survey, let's go over some key points to remember. Homelessness has many faces, and the best way to determine if someone is experiencing homelessness is to talk to them and ask them. There will be situations when you encounter a person, but you do not engage with them, such as if they are sleeping, intoxicated or high, or verbally and physically threatening. Please read through and become familiar with the screening, the tally, the consent, and the surveys. Also, it's important that you know how to follow the screening, to know when to use the tally and the survey, and how to follow the tally accurately. If you are unsure of a scenario, please ask. Always read the script, consent, and survey questions in full and exactly how they are written. Now, let's go over some scenarios. What is wrong with this picture? You can see that the question is, where are you staying tonight? Where did you stay last night? Where did you stay the night of Wednesday, November 17th? The person has checked off someone else's place, but they have forgotten to check off, do you have access to a permanent residence where you can safely stay as long as you want? So we don't know if this person is actually homeless or if they have a place that they could stay. So always be sure to fill out question C1 if you choose someone else's place, a motel or hotel that's self-funded, a hospital, a treatment center, a jail, prison, or remand center. Question C1 is vital for us to know if the person is experiencing homelessness or not, and if they should be screened into the survey. Now let's look at the tally sheet. What is wrong with this picture? You can see that the surveyor has written their location as park, and that they've written wearing a jacket. This person would not be counted as an observed homeless because the interviewer has not indicated whether they were observed or whether they declined to participate, and if they believe that this person was observed homeless. For row 2, you can see that they've answered street, and the person was observed, and that they were known to staff. But again, the person has not checked off whether they were observed homeless, so we can't confirm that they should be counted. For row 3, you can see that they're interviewing in the street, the person declined to participate in the survey, and that the surveyor decided that this person was observed homeless, and the reason for the indicator of homelessness was known to staff. So this person will be counted as observed homeless in our count. In this one, you can see that the interviewer wrote street and the person declined to participate, and they have not indicated any reason to believe the person was homeless. Now, we're looking at the bottom of the consent form. What's wrong with this picture? First of all, the interviewer has not clicked off that yes, verbal consent was received. And when we're looking at the participant's name, we see it's Tom, but we don't see a last name. Also, we see that the witness's name is Tom. So this could be confusing. So it's always important to include the last name so that way we know who is who. Also, you forgot the date. We need the date on the consent forms. Here are some survey questions. What is wrong with this picture? First, the length of time is 400. We don't know if that's days, weeks, or months. And also, the question is, in total, how much time have you experienced homelessness over the past year? And so a year would only have 365 days, so 400 is impossible. Next, we see an answer of 0. And the problem with that is that based on our screening, everyone who is surveyed should be experiencing homelessness. So if a participant gives an answer of 0, then they should not be filling out the survey. So you might want to double check with the respondent whether they are currently experiencing homelessness and for how many days. Also, how long have you been in Simcoe County? We see that we've been given the length, so we have 7 years. And then when asked, where did you live before you came here? We see that they've written Barrie, and Barrie is actually in Simcoe County. So we would want to double check with the respondent whether they have always been in Simcoe County or if they live somewhere else prior to living in Barrie.